They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the 49er first down.
Here we go. 180!
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First down, San Francisco.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
21. Hey, I-7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got you. 21. 12. Hey, gun. Bravo.
43. Who that? 43.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Wait.
56. Hey, tight. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Rush in.
Attack.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
This is Howard on second down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Seam 6. Watch motion. Hey, check Mike 33.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, Ridley.
Check 37. With their H3, 218. Chopper.
Yellow.
And that'll set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, Ridley.
Echo. Check Mike 33.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
21.
52's the mark, boys. 52.
5.
Check. Check 3.
Black. 6.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
One, Omaha.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
21.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. 180.
That's gotta be a
65.
Check the back.
I got you. Flag!
31's the mark. Pick me up. Here we go.
Hey, gun. 12, fellas. Here we go.
All day.
Hey, seam 6.
Pressure.
I got you.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Returnable for Grant. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
They're running it. Hey, watch Charlie. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
15. Let's get it right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let one go deep for Park. This is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 30 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
On first down, they run with Howard. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check the leg. Slam.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. The kick by Maher is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
He's got daylight. The 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
Let's go.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Here we go, here
An
we go,
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
White. 13. 61, matchbox, white.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, alert. Hey, echo.
31's the mic. I'm coming after you.
13.
You got tight right there. Check.
Hey, gun.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Being chased out left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Check 99.
Shoot it, yellow.
Switch.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And an out. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Hey, alert.
Check, 43. You're not ready. 43 is the mic. 43.
And he's got room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Here we go.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Pilot, 64, weak.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Jam. Hey, alert 3. Safe.
Yellow.
Check 43.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Check right 33. Here it comes. Watch the twist.
Yellow, go going.
Check 24. 36.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes steps away to his left. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6.
Hey, Charlie.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to Samuel. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check three.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
A lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter.
13.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. It's our time.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Miami, It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
12, fellas, here we go. Move.
Kill.
Two.
Switch it. 25.
Lock.
Check 13.
I got you.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Get him. Mike, check 33.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
I smell fear in that offense. Mike,
15.
I got one.
Check. Yellow.
Crunch.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's caught by Parker. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike, check 33. You better be afraid of me. Hey, check 24. Check 20. Easy. Check 4.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
SOS. Kill.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
It's a party now. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Hey, yellow, hey, go. Attack.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On the carry, it's Edmonds. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Mike, check 33. 33. Here we go. Hey, check.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Now he'll escape to his... Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Dick! 31's the mic. They gonna need some there.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that sets up a big third down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on third down. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Kill. No. Off.
Back to throw. Mahomes. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of it.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it and do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door.
And that's caught inside the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It leads to
second and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, 43, 15. Yellow.
24. Motion. Box try.
Mahomes now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Let's get it.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
It's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
33.
One final try for Mahomes. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for San Francisco, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, It's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
Time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She won't bring the lines. And even get a vine in.
one. They do what they can. Got it on smash, put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you